Welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at ICP at the highest level possible and whether or not it can really go to $400 or not. Hit me up on X at Real6Fig. This is where I get absolutely down and dirty. We're going to be comparing market caps. We're going to be looking at charts. We're going to be talking about the FOMO Factory trading group, folks, using marketcapof.com. We can take a deep dive into what ICP would look like at certain market caps. For example, if ICP had the same market cap as Bitcoin Trash, $8.6 billion, we'd see about an $18 ICP. If we go ahead and look at other projects like HBAR or XLM, we'd be sitting at about a $25 to $27 ICP around the $12 to $13 billion market caps. AVAX is absolute trash. If you guys don't know what AVAX did during the last bear market and you're invested in AVAX, shame on you. AVAX tried to take down lots of other crypto projects through lawsuits and things like that. They play a very dirty game. In my opinion, don't deserve to be in the top 100 or top 1,000. But here they are, $14.6 billion market cap. That would put ICP at $30. Now, I have a projection or a price target that I would like to see ICP hit. And it's not a specific dollar level, but I would really like to see ICP land somewhere between the 50, 75, and $100 billion market cap going into this next bull run. Right now, today feels like we're sitting in January of 2021. The markets didn't start ripping until February, March. I feel like this is like the deja vu of last bull run. But with that said, Dogecoin sits just at about a $52 billion market cap, and that would put ICP at $108. Solana, $122 billion market cap. That'd put ICP at $250. Binance, $100 billion market cap, which would put ICP right about $208, which would be amazing. Now, if we hit that $400, we would need well over a $178 billion market cap. And remember, this is all based on current tokenomics. If ICP goes deflationary, we'll hit some of these targets a lot quicker and a lot easier. XRP, for example, has a $178 billion market cap, which would land ICP at roughly $372. So we would need about a 178 to maybe 185, $190 billion market cap to realize that $400 ICP token. Now, on a longer term play for ICP, let's just say that ICP gets the same market cap as Tesla, $1.32 trillion. People didn't think that even $1 trillion for Bitcoin 10 years ago was possible, but here it sits at $2 trillion. So when you start to think about 500 million, 1 trillion, 1.32 trillion over the next 10 to 15 years, a $2,000 ICP is totally possible, especially when you account for all the building, all the deflationary aspects, which will remove ICP from circulation. But if this thing ever does go to the big leagues, folks, we see a $3.58 trillion market cap in 20 years. We could see well over a $7,462 ICP based on today's tokenomics. Like I said, if things change and ICP becomes deflationary, we'll hit that number a lot sooner than people think. Off to the charts. Now, all the people in FOMO Factory have been getting all this alpha long before it hits YouTube, long before it hits X. And right now, I've told the group, I said, guys, I think that we could see ICP maybe run down to about $8.45. We have somewhat of an Elliott wave, or excuse me, an Elliott wave correction, a corrective wave happening here. And really, there is some Fibonacci time sequence that I have been really paying close attention to. You see, Fibonacci time sequence did predict a reversal and increased volatility on Tuesday, January the 7th. Now, the next one isn't happening until February 8th. Now, I do think that right now, ICP is very much in this falling wedge that is happening. And really, it looks like this thing could execute on this Fibonacci time sequence on February 8th. Now, we could see this thing bottom and then run up and then increase in volatility on the 8th. We could see the bottom fall off on the 8th. All I know is that I'm paying close attention to February 8th. And if we do get that, it would be my hope that we would see this amazing cup and handle formation form, right? Or an ascending triangle, something of that nature. I want to see the price of ICP absolutely rip to the upside. Now, one of the methods that traders will use to try to project how high an asset will go based off a pattern known as the cup and handle is to simply measure from the top of the cup down to the bottom of the cup, right? And we can get a high-end prediction by stacking this trend line up on the top of this cup. And that would put us at about $42, somewhere in that neighborhood, which really would land us somewhere in that $20 billion market cap, right? 21 billion, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I don't think ICP is done after that. You see, there's a much bigger play happening. There is a gigantic cup and handle that could be forming as well. So when you take that into consideration, this is my low end prediction, is that $44 mark. And if you really want to play with some hopium here, and this turns out to be one giant cup and handle, I do think that we could see ICP on the higher end of things hit that $85-ish target going into this next bull run, which is interesting because that is one of the last known points of highest resistance that ICP has encountered. You see, because all of this right here, that was from FTX sabotaging the ICP launch, which I discovered. So with that said, I do think that we could very well see a $30-40 billion market cap at the very low end. Now, I do think ICP has all the potential in the world to run up to maybe $150, $160, somewhere in that neighborhood, which would really put ICP, folks, right in that $100 billion to $50 billion area. So I'm hoping for anywhere around $108 to roughly about $150 to $200. It all depends on whether or not ICP goes deflationary, which I do think that it possibly could, with Caffeine AI and the entire community building killer applications which burns cycles, which in turn burns ICP. Now, we're talking about all of this over at the FOMO Factory. You guys can just scan this QR code or search for it on OpenChat. The cost to get admission, it's a one-time fee of one ICP. Right now at $9.15. That's a deal. And this is mainly to keep spammers out and things like that. I used to have an old open chat group and it just got spammed to absolute death. So I hope you guys enjoyed this.